Hey guys, it's Josh at Tech. I've got the iPhone 5 and got the Otterbox Commuter series for the iPhone 5. It's got a screen protector that comes with it, so we're going to do an installation with the screen protector and then see how the Otterbox looks with the new iPhone 5. The box here, it comes with a QR code, so if you're interested in scanning that, you can scan that. And then as you just move around, you're going to get a little bit of a description on the back side. It tells you what it protects against from bumps, dust, and scratches. And it also, like I said, it includes the screen protector. And you have 2 layers of protection. So it looks like the best way to open this up is going to be from the back. Just kind of props open. Some more plastic to go through. And you got yourself a little pamphlet. This is Welcome to Planet Otterbox. Gives you a little bit of more information. Got another QR code to scan. Just open it on up, and it looks like pretty much it just tells you the preparation steps. You're going to want to wipe down the phone. Make sure that you have a clean surface, and then that you're good to go. You got some different languages here on the inside. Alright, here's the Otterbox itself. Looks like there's the screen protector there. Here's the dual protection. It's going to have the rubber on the inside and then the hard plastic on the outside. This is, as you can see, it's a blue Commuter Otterbox. It's going to show the Apple logo, then it's going to have your cutout for the camera. The buttons are completely covered up, and then you have a little access hole for your vibration rocker. And it looks like down here, it's going to be a little access for your charging, and then the power button up top is going to be completely covered up. Alright, so let's go ahead and peel this off so we can get the installation going. I'm going to set this off to the side, and it looks like here on the inside of the rubber you have your screen protector. The screen protector comes with a little plastic pouch, just peel away the backing of it. And go ahead and just take the screen protector on out. Now you're going to have a couple other applicators. You're going to have your dust-free cloth, a little installation card, basically to help you work out any bubbles that might pop up. And this gives you a little bit of a diagram of how to install it. It also says go to otterbox.com/case-instructions for more instructions of how to install the screen guard. So let's go ahead and try to get this all prepared. Now wipe down the phone prior to recording, but since I've moved around this box, I've noticed a little bit of dust and that has collected, so I'm going to go ahead and redo that real quick. Make sure there's no dust prior to putting the screen protector back on. Now I suggest when you do put a screen protector on, when you're preparing the phone, that you definitely get a nice cloth. They provide one in here, but this is one here that I like to use a lot. It's a little bit bigger. And you also want to get good lighting, so that way you can see if there's any kind of dust or lint or just anything that could have fallen on the surface of the screen. Just kind of wipe the surface down again. Then what I like to do is use the glare from the light, and that will usually point out any kind of specks that might have popped up. And when you see one, it's usually best just to kind of use one motion go up to down or side to side, or however you feel more comfortable with. That way you're just not kind of moving it around. You just take it and push it off. Okay. Get a little bit closer look under my lamp real quick. Alright, I think I'm good to go now. And here on the screen protector itself, you have a number 1 and a number 2. And obviously you're going to pull away the one that says number 1 first. Now be sure that you have washed your hands, make sure your hands are clean, and do your best to not touch the inside of the screen at all. This is a self-adhering type of screen protector, so once you get it lined up, it's going to pretty much fall right in place. And I usually like to use the home button as a reference. And with having your fingers at all 4 corners, you can kind of feel where it's going to lay down, if it's going to be even or not. And then of course using the edges as guides. And it pretty much fell right in place. Try to get a closer look. There's a little bit of a bubble there, so I'll just work that out here on the edge. And that was a pretty clean install. So your next step, as soon as you got all your edges worked out, if there's any bubbles to work out, get those going first. And then you're going to take the second tab and pull away from it. Now it might lift up off the phone again, but it usually goes right back down and you're good to go. But then you also have your card here, or you can simply use your finger to push any bubbles back down. And that seemed pretty easy. I like how easy it went down. I've got a couple little tiny specks to work out, but that's about it. So the screen protector is good to go. It only comes with the front screen protector. So you're still going to want to look into getting a back one, and if you're interested in getting the sides covered, you're going to want to do that as well, and you're going to have to get that separately. But to take a little bit closer look, the screen protector has a little bit of exposure right around the speaker and the front facing camera, and the same down here at the bottom. It's not a complete cutout circle like I've seen on other screen protectors, so it's got a little bit of exposure right here. But as soon as you get the Otterbox on, you should be okay. So the next step would be is to grab the flexible rubber piece, and you pretty much just place it on in, starting with one side, work your way down, and just kind of work your fingers around the edges to ensure that it's all in the right placement. Alright, so once you got the edges worked out, to make sure that the phone is nice and secure, you just kind of take a look around, inspect it, make sure that everything's lined up, and then you'll be good to go. The next step is you're going to take the hard shell case, and since you have a lot of ports and stuff and port covers down here at the bottom, the best way to do this is going to be to start at the bottom and get those nice and fitted on the inside. Make sure that the flaps are pushing through, and then just kind of work your way up and press on in. Might have to lift up the top a little bit. And then it pokes on through for the power button. And then you just kind of inspect the sides, make sure all the cutouts are sitting nice in their respective places. As you can see down here at the bottom, what you're going to want to do is kind of flip these out, get them kind of worked out a little bit, and then press them back in. And just go all the way around just to make sure that it's a nice good fit, that there's no big gaps, make sure there's no flaws, and you should be good to go as far as the installation goes. Okay, so let's take a look around the fully installed case. We installed the screen protector, then we got the flexible rubber piece, and then we put the hard piece on top of it. So we'll start here at the side with the volume rocker. Now, it seems pretty easy to switch on and off. The buttons are pretty easy to press. As we go around to the side, you're going to notice that it has a cover for your headphone jack and a cover for your charger, and those fit right nice inside. And your speakers are exposed so that way you can hear them pretty well. And as you notice, as you go around, you're going to have solid protection on the corners. Corners tend to be the most impacted spot with a drop. So when you're looking for a case, you always want to make sure that you got a good corner protection. Then here on the side, it's just got the normal design. There's no buttons to press. And as you make it back to the top, we got a power button cover. And let's see if that's easy to press or not. Easy enough. Okay, here on the back, we have your cutout for your camera. And then you have a little cutout for your Apple logo. And something I want to point out with the cutout for your camera is that you want to make sure that the company put design in on the side walls, because when the flash goes off or when you take a picture with the lens, that there's no flash or any kind of light bouncing off the walls that will distort your picture that you're taking. So here on the bottom you have your Otterbox logo. And this is what the Otterbox Commuter Series looks like. This is the blue case. Looks pretty good. You're going to have good solid protection with Otterbox. One of the nice things about Otterbox, you get a 1-year warranty if something goes wrong. Typically you can just take a picture of the broken spot and you get an Otterbox sent right to you. Just make sure you keep receipts and all that kind of stuff. Some of the nice features that I like about the Commuter Series is that it's got the hard shell plastic around it. I like to put my phones in my pocket, so it's really easy to put in and out of your pocket. The Defender Series, you have the silicone. It's not really silicone, but it's more of a rubbery material on the outside versus the inside, like the Commuter Series. So that's something I like to point out about the Commuter Series. If you're looking for a pocketable type of case, you're going to want to go for the Commuter Series. One of the other kind of different aspects between the Defender Series and the Commuter Series is the screen protector. The Commuter Series does come with a separate screen protector that you have to install yourself, and so you have potential, even though it's a pretty tight fit down here, if you get any kind of liquids, they could possibly, leak through the crevices here. But with the Defender Series, you have the screen protector attached to the case itself, and so any kind of liquids for the most part are just going to kind of run off of the case itself. It's not going to come into any kind of contact with the phone. So that's something to consider if you're going to be in wet environments or you have a tendency to get your phone wet. You might want to look into the Defender Series, but if it's not a concern of yours, the Commuter Series, it's got a nice slim design to it. It doesn't have that much more room that's raised above the phone in the case itself. So, if you want a nice thin case with a lot of good protection against, bumps and scrapes, and I'd say intermediate falls or drops, the Commuter series would be a case to look into. But this is Josh of Baintech. This is the Otterbox Commuter series for the iPhone 5, the new iPhone by Apple. Check out bain-tech.com. Find us on Facebook at Baintech USA, and also find us on Twitter, Baintech, and find us on Pinterest as well, where we've got some boards going on, some different stuff to take a look at. If you have any questions about the Otterbox, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer those to the best of my abilities. Until then, this is Josh of Baintech. See you in the next video.